Jake here for American Muscle, and today I'm taking a look at the C&L Axleback exhaust with black tips fitting 2011 to 2014 Mustang GTs. If your S197 GT just needs a bit more sound to satisfy, then this Axleback setup from C&L might just be the right fit for you. This is an easy, affordable, high-quality upgrade for your GT that is going to make some serious noise. Now we're going to give this one a pretty solid 3 out of 5 on our loudness meter, so quite a big difference versus stock. So if you're looking for more noise without being too unhinged, this system is going to be right up your alley. It's not going to have you spending a lot of money either. As you heard from the clips at the beginning of the video, this setup from C&L does a lot to make your 5.0s sound more aggressive, but not too over the top. Being that this is an Axleback, this is going to replace your factory mufflers. And these have less baffling in them than your stock ones do. So you're going to get some more resonance, and these are going to give your S197 a throatier, more burbly exhaust note that's a bit louder than stock. And the contrast from stock is even more stark once you really get up there in the rev range. You're probably going to find yourself driving differently than you're used to, just because you're going to want to hear the sound. Now plan on having to turn up the radio a bit as well, because you are naturally going to get quite a bit more volume inside of the cabin as well. Now that's not to say that this is going to be too much volume. It won't be as obtrusive as some of the full catback setups on the market, but it is going to be a noticeable increase. Still acceptable for a daily driver though. You also get a pair of 4-inch tips to finish it off. Now these are slash cut dual wall tips with a cool, stealthy kind of matte black finish to them. They're not over the top aesthetically, but still something a little bit different from the stock tips. Not so much that they're going to be the first thing you notice, but a nice little detail for those in the know. And if you are planning on blacking out your car, these are going to go a long way to help eliminate any remaining polished aluminum or chrome on the exterior. Now the sound is vitally important to an exhaust. That's the reason we all do it, right? But construction is also important, and that is the other big reason to consider this setup. A C&L utilizes 3-inch diameter T409 stainless steel. That means there's no weird bends or crinkles in the pipes, since these are mandrel bent, and that 409 means that they're going to provide a good amount of resistance to corrosion and rust. However, that's about where the similarities stop, because when you pull these out of the box, I think you're going to notice just how nice these actually are. First of all, you've got this really nice polished finish on here. It's almost a shame that you're not going to see these when they're mounted up on the car. And the welds on these things are actually excellent. Not something you would expect from, an Axleback that's made of 409. In order to get construction like this, you're gonna have to spend a lot more money on something else. So these are really gonna be a very, very nice bit of kit for the price. Now those tips that we were talking about are made from T304 stainless, so they're gonna stay looking nice as well for a while too, because beyond that, they've also got that nice black powder coat finish over top of them. You wouldn't necessarily expect it for the price, but that's one of the biggest selling points here, is just how well this is made. The welds are, again, really nice. The finish on the mufflers is great too, and you've got these cool looking tips to go with it. As far as pricing goes, this setup is gonna come in at about $475, which makes it a pretty affordable option for this gen of Mustang. And the quality, again, here cannot be overstated. So for the money, you're getting a really great sounding, high quality exhaust for not a ton of cash. And that, in my opinion, makes it a great choice for pretty much any Mustang owner. When it comes to installation, we're gonna give these a 2 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and you should budget about 2 hours to get everything buttoned up. Now these are a totally bolt-on system. You're just gonna unbolt your stock mufflers and bolt these guys right on in their place. You're gonna utilize all your factory exhaust hanger locations, and all the clamps that you need are included in the kit. So you don't need to modify anything on the car or get anything else to bring to the table. It's all right there and ready to go for you. Now, if you've done an exhaust in your driveway before, you know it can be a little bit fiddly just because of the lack of space. However, this is absolutely something you can do at home. There's no cutting required, and especially since you're only removing the mufflers and not the whole exhaust system, it's gonna be even a little bit easier for you. And with that, let's head out to the install bay where we'll walk you through the process.
Tools required for this install include impact gun, a ratchet, an extension, 13mm shallow and deep socket, 15mm socket, and some penetrating fluid. What's up guys? Today we're installing an exhaust on our Mustang. First we're gonna watch a quick uninstall video showing you how to remove your factory mufflers, and then I'll meet you right back here for the install.
First step, we're gonna start on our driver's side. We got the vehicle up in the air. Grab a 13 socket, we're gonna loosen up the clamp holding on our factory muffler to the over axle pipe. All right, now at this point, it's a good idea to lubricate your hangers and isolators. So I already did that. We're basically gonna push the muffler toward the rear of the vehicle so we can expose the bolt on the bracket above. So now that we push this forward, we can see this bolt here and this bolt here. We're gonna use a 13mm swivel socket to get these guys off. All right, now the same bracket directly above the muffler, there's another one, but it's a little more difficult to get to with an impact gun. So we're basically gonna go in here with a 1/4" ratchet and a 13 short socket and get this guy off by hand. All right, so now there's one hanger left by the tip, and if you lubricate it, you should be able to just get it out easily. All right, set this guy aside, repeat on the other side.
So now with our stock mufflers removed, we can reinstall our hanger. We're gonna pop it right back into place and reinstall those 3 13mm bolts, and then we can install our new muffler. And now we'll take a 13mm socket to tighten down our bolts. Now for the last one, I've got a ratchet with a shallow socket to be able to get in there. And then you can do that same thing on the other side. So now we can grab our new muffler with our new clamp. We're gonna slide the clamp over our muffler inlet. And then we're gonna raise this up into place. We're gonna get our 2 hangers installed into the isolator that we just reinstalled. And then we can raise it up to get our front hanger into that isolator. So now we'll raise this up into place. We'll get those 2 rods into our isolator and then push it back. And then we can get our front rod into our front isolator. And now we'll go back and tighten down our clamp. Now we can come back to our clamp and get that in place and take a 13mm socket to tighten it down. So now once we have our muffler installed, the next thing we can do is install our tip. I've got our 3-inch clamp around the end of our tip, and now we can slide that onto our muffler outlet. And then we'll grab our 15mm socket, get our clamp into place, and tighten that down. And then we can repeat that same process on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the C&L Axleback exhaust with black tips for your 2011 to 14 Mustang GT. Thank you for watching, and for all things Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.